God says, do not scroll away from this moment, because you are standing at the edge of a truth that was kept from your heart. You have always looked into their eyes with love, but they never showed you the entire picture. They hid something from you, something that was known to everyone else, but not to the one who trusted the most. You may not be ready to hear this, but last night was the moment the truth was whispered behind your back, and heaven took notice of how left out you were. Comment Amen if your heart believes this message was meant to reach you today. This is not just another whisper in the wind. This is a divine interruption, a holy revelation tailored just for you. The person your heart beats for, the one you held in your prayers, the one you defended even when others doubted, chose silence over truth. They watched you carry the weight of innocence while they carried secrets. But child, I am the Lord your God, and I do not let betrayal remain hidden forever. I expose what is done in the dark so that your heart can finally heal in the light. Before I take you deeper into this, like this video, if your spirit feels the tremble of truth knocking on your door, just once, let this be the signal to heaven that you're ready to break free. You did nothing to deserve this pain. You loved with honesty. You gave without limit. You poured from your soul because you believed love would protect you from deception. But even in the betrayal, I never left your side. I saw every tear you wiped quietly in the night, every moment you smiled while bleeding within, every time you told yourself, maybe they'll change. But child, while you were busy protecting their name, they were busy protecting their lie. Comment 11:11 if you believe the truth always finds its way back to the one who was wronged. Now listen carefully. I didn't bring you this message to break you. I brought it because the truth you weren't told is the very thing I am using to set you free. Last night was not just another night. Last night was the moment heaven recorded what everyone else already knew. I let it play out, not to punish you, but to prepare you. Because what comes next for you is not heartbreak, but heavenly restoration. The same God who watched you love blindly is now opening your eyes to see clearly. You deserve truth. You deserve peace. You deserve love that does not lie. You see, I am a God who exposes what others try to cover. And though they tried to keep it from you, I have unsealed the door. The betrayal they hid from your eyes is now being delivered to your spirit, not to break you, but to bless you with wisdom. Because from this moment, you will no longer walk with those who smile in your face but bruise your back. You will no longer carry relationships that carry deceit. Child, the power that surrounds you now is not ordinary. It is holy. It is mighty. And it is shaking the very ground where falsehood stood. The ones who once laughed thinking you'd never know, their laughter is turning into silence. Because I, the Lord your God, have stepped into your story. I am cleansing what was polluted. I am removing what was manipulating. I am covering you with my presence so no more lies will be able to touch you again. Comment 222 if you trust that God is revealing what was hidden for too long. And now, I want you to breathe deeply. Do not let anger lead your heart. Let wisdom do that. What they kept from you may hurt, but what I'm giving you will heal. I will restore everything they tried to take through deceit. You didn't lose anything. You were being protected. While they thought they were deceiving you, heaven was preparing a blessing that would make up for every moment they took for granted. I am the God who sees. I am the God who vindicates. And I am the God who repays in full. They smiled in your presence, but their heart knew what they were doing. They looked at you with affection, but their mind held a plan that didn't honor you. But child, I did not sit idly. I recorded every detail. I preserved your innocence. I counted your tears. I cradled your spirit while you thought no one knew. Now, I bring the light. And once light comes, darkness cannot stay. Don't be afraid of the truth. Embrace it. Because this truth is not here to destroy your world, it's here to cleanse it. The one who refused to tell you has now been placed in a position where they can no longer hide. Every mask is falling. Every lie is dissolving. I have declared it in the heavenly courts. My child will no longer be left out of what concerns their heart. You are not alone in this awakening. I am walking with you. I am the one who uncovers what man tries to conceal. And I do it not to embarrass you, but to elevate you. Because your next chapter cannot begin with deception still attached. So I am removing it. I am shaking it loose. I am uncovering the hidden things so you can finally breathe without confusion. You are chosen. You are sacred. You are protected. No lie formed against you will prosper. And even when they all knew but kept you in the dark, I was planning a light so bright that it would guide you out. What they said about you behind closed doors is being judged by heaven. What they never told you is being shown to you now. Because this is your moment of divine awakening. There is still more I need to show you, and your heart will be safe in the process. I will not let this truth destroy you. I will let it empower you. And through this, you will rise. You will heal. You will reclaim your peace. Because no one can steal from my anointed. And you, child, are mine. Comment 333 to declare your faith that God is working behind the scenes for your justice. Is it possible to attract money by simply speaking some miraculous words? This 9-word script, verified by Harvard and 6 neuroscience labs, proves you absolutely can. People are using it from their couch, and reporting unexpected bank deposits, cleared debts, and upgraded lives. It takes less than 30 seconds. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. God says, I have seen what you couldn't see. I have heard the words spoken when you weren't in the room. And I have watched the hands you trusted betray you without a blink. But don't be afraid. Because I am not revealing this truth to ruin your spirit. I am revealing it to rescue your soul. The person you love, the one you would have given everything for, was never fully honest with you. They protected their image more than your heart. And though it may hurt, this pain is proof that your destiny is being cleansed of everything that was never real. You were the only one in the room who didn't know. And that is why I am stepping in right now. Because I will not allow you to continue giving your spirit to someone who handled your love so carelessly. I am a jealous God. I do not sit quietly while my children are being wounded in silence. Last night, heaven bore witness to a conversation that you were not part of, but should have been. Last night, the truth was confirmed. And I made a heavenly decree that you would not wake up today without the truth being divinely placed into your path. Comment 555 if you feel God's presence revealing what's been kept in the dark. I don't just expose lies. I heal the wounds they cause. I am not here to punish you for loving. I created your heart to love. But I am here to teach you that even love must be guarded by wisdom. You cannot give your crown to someone who only sees you as a convenience. You cannot keep placing your future in the hands of someone who is not loyal to your present. What they did may have been hidden from you, but it was not hidden from me. And I am the God of divine exposure and perfect timing. The people around you knew. The silence they kept wasn't protection, it was participation. But child, do not be dismayed. Because you are not losing anything of value. You are being delivered from a lie. You are being delivered from the emotional chains that made you feel like you had to keep proving your worth. You never had to earn their honesty. You deserved it from the beginning. And where they failed to honor you, I will restore you with someone who will. The pain you feel right now is not the end. It is the beginning of your liberation. You are walking away from what was never meant to be permanent. I will never allow deception to be the foundation of your future. That's why I let this truth be revealed now. Because your destiny is too powerful to be built on dishonesty. And your heart is too precious to be handled by someone who didn't value it. Comment 1212 if you believe God is protecting your future through this truth. I know it stings. I know you're questioning how someone who claimed to love you could keep such things hidden. But hear me, beloved, it's not your fault. It's not because you were not enough. It's because they chose themselves over the truth. And I can't let you stay in a place that refuses to grow with you. I'm removing you not because I want to hurt you, but because I want to bless you. And sometimes, blessings begin with heartbreak that clears the path for healing. You don't need to beg for an explanation. You don't need to search for the why. I am the why. I am the reason this is being revealed to you now. Because I love you too much to let you continue in a connection that was draining your spirit and deceiving your heart. What you gave was pure. What they returned was polluted. But I will not let that imbalance remain. I am a just God. And justice is already being written in the heavens for you. Every tear you cried in confusion is now becoming a seed of restoration. Every silent prayer you whispered in the dark is now being answered through this unveiling. You don't have to pretend you're okay. I know you're not. And I want you to know, that's all right. I hold your broken pieces. I will not let them scatter. I will piece you back together in a way that no human love ever could. I want you to lift your head, not because it doesn't hurt, but because I'm still here. I haven't left you. I will never leave you. Even when they did, I remained. Even when they lied, I stood by your truth. Even when they chose secrets, I chose you. And I will continue choosing you, day after day, until you can see the worth that I've always seen in you. Comment 777 if you believe God is standing beside you through the betrayal and beyond. Let this be a holy breaking. Let this be the moment you no longer settle for love that hides things. Let this be the chapter where you decide that peace is more important than presence. I am with you. I am for you. I am guiding you out of deception and into divine alignment. Everything that is being exposed now is a reflection of my mercy. Because the longer you stayed in that blindness, the deeper your wounds would have become. Now is the time for healing. Now is the time for clarity. Now is the time for your spirit to breathe again. You will look back at this day and thank me, not because of the pain, but because I didn't let it continue. I didn't let you remain in a relationship where truth was treated like a threat. I rescued you before you lost yourself. I stepped in when you still had time to rebuild stronger. And rebuild, you will. There is nothing you've lost that I cannot return sevenfold. There is no lie that was told about you that I won't cancel with truth. There is no silence you were left in that I won't fill with my voice. You are my child. You are my vessel. And I will not let your name be mocked in spaces I did not send you into. From today, you will walk in light. You will walk in peace. You will walk in truth. Because I am leading you forward, and everything behind you must now be left at the altar. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. And you are not foolish for loving someone who wasn't honest. Your love was a reflection of me. And I will never punish you for being like me. But I will teach you that not everyone who enters your life comes with pure intentions. And for that, I give you discernment. For that, I give you clarity. And with this clarity, I give you the strength to walk away from what you thought you needed. Why did 19,583 people suddenly become financially free last month? They all discovered a strange sentence, just 9 words long, buried in neuroscience research and once hidden by the FBI. Now they're paying off debt, traveling the world, and living in homes they never thought they could afford. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. God says, I am still here, child. I never left you, not even for a moment. Even when the world around you turned quiet and your spirit trembled under the weight of betrayal, my presence covered you like a warm blanket in the coldest night. You were never abandoned, even when you felt like you were standing all alone. I stood behind the scenes, gently holding your heart while others played games with your trust. They may have kept things from you, but I was always preparing to reveal everything in the right moment. This is that moment. I am the God of timing, and I do not move early or late. Last night, while they laughed behind your back, I wrote a new chapter in your story. While they whispered secrets in rooms you weren't invited into, I was preparing a truth that would walk right into your life without asking for permission. Because enough is enough. You have cried enough. You have waited long enough. And now it's time for truth to walk in and wrap itself around you like a shield. Comment 999 if you receive this truth deep in your soul today. You didn't imagine what you felt. That gut feeling, that ache in your chest, those silent suspicions that danced in your mind when the nights grew still, those were not illusions. Those were whispers from me. Those were moments where my spirit tried to warn you gently, because I knew the truth would hurt you if it crashed in too suddenly. I allowed your soul to sense the shift. And now, I am confirming it. There was a plan to keep you blind. There was a circle of silence that surrounded you. People knew. They exchanged looks and glances while you smiled in innocence. But I do not let my children walk in blindness forever. That is why this message has reached you now. Because the veil has been torn. The mask has been removed. And I am declaring that you will no longer be the last to know. I am giving you eyes that see and a heart that discerns. You are not weak because you didn't see it before. You are not foolish because you chose to love purely. You were simply hopeful. And hope is never something I punish. In fact, I honor it. I treasure the way you held on to love when others gave up. I saw how you remained loyal, how you prayed for them, how you protected them from judgment. You didn't deserve betrayal. But even betrayal cannot cancel the blessings I've spoken over your life. Comment 1010 if you believe God's blessings are stronger than any betrayal. There's something holy about this moment. Because what I'm doing for you is not just revealing the lie they told. I am revealing the truth about who you are. You are worthy of full love. You are worthy of transparent relationships. You are worthy of friendships that don't hide things from you. And you are worthy of walking into every space knowing that you are not being deceived. The one who betrayed you underestimated your worth. They thought you wouldn't find out. They thought their charm could keep the truth buried. But what they didn't understand is that you are connected to heaven. And heaven doesn't allow deception to stand against the chosen. I gave them time. I gave them space. I watched to see if they would confess. But they didn't. So now I, the Lord, am bringing it all into the light. I am doing this not to destroy them, but to defend you. You have taken too many spiritual hits for people who would not do the same for you. You've exhausted yourself trying to keep peace while others created chaos behind your back. Now, I am turning the tide. The very lies they used to protect themselves will now be used as proof that you were always innocent. And everyone who doubted you will see the truth clearly. Comment 1515 if you know God is revealing everything at the perfect time. You will walk into a season of divine exposure, not to hurt others, but to heal yourself. I will bring everything you need to know right to your feet. You won't have to chase down answers. You won't need to beg for closure. You won't be left hanging in confusion anymore. What you need to know will come to you without delay. I am sending it in confirmations, in conversations, in patterns, in signs you can no longer ignore. They cannot outrun the truth. And you cannot miss the blessing I am preparing for you. What seemed like a loss will soon be seen as protection. Because this is not just about being hurt, it's about being set free. This is a freedom you didn't even know you needed. It's a release from emotional dependency, from spiritual exhaustion, from always being the one who tries harder. I am removing that weight from you. You no longer have to hold everything together for others. I am holding you. I want you to know something deeper than any truth about betrayal. I want you to know that my love is not like theirs. I don't hide things from you. I don't trick you. I don't delay my care for you. I show up when it matters. I speak when you're confused. I hold you when you're tired. I listen even when you can't find the words. And I never, ever leave when things get hard. That's the kind of love you deserve. And that's the kind of love I'm bringing into your life from this moment on. You are about to walk into relationships that are rooted in honesty. I am aligning you with souls who will love you with clarity. There will be no more hidden motives. No more double faces. No more smiles that hide swords. You will be surrounded by those who love you for who you are, not what you can do for them. These are divine connections, crafted by me, built on truth, and held together by heaven. Your healing begins with accepting this truth. Not resisting it. Not fighting it. But letting it teach you, grow you, protect you. You don't have to go back and fix the lies. You don't have to prove yourself. Just be still, and let me be God. I will defend you. I will clear your name. I will restore your joy. I will give you back everything the lie tried to steal from you. There is beauty in this breaking. There is grace in this grief. And there is promise in this pain. The person you love deeply may have never told you the full truth, but I will never hide anything from you. I will guide you into all truth. And what I guide you into, no man can take away. Trust me now, more than ever. Because what's coming next for you is not another heartbreak, it's a holy breakthrough. Why is the government desperate to hide this 9-word prayer? A shocking FBI leak has just revealed a simple 9-word prayer now letting everyday people erase debt and attract unstoppable wealth. Verified by leading scientists and supported by Harvard research, this at-home ritual is turning financial stress into a life of luxury. Dream homes, new cars, luxurious vacations, it's all within reach. But the government could take down this secret any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. God says, I am still speaking because your soul still needs to hear this. I know the weight you're carrying. I know how heavy your chest feels from holding in all the questions you never got answers to. I know the look in your eyes when you smile but your spirit is screaming. I know the moment you started to feel like maybe you were the problem. But child, hear me clearly, I am removing that lie from your heart. You were never the problem. You were the light in a place full of shadows. You were the truth in a space that didn't honor honesty. You were my reflection in a room that didn't know how to value purity. This is not just about what they didn't tell you. This is about what I am now showing you. I am showing you that the silence they kept was never for your protection. It was for their convenience. They knew if you found out, you would begin to walk away. They knew your eyes, once opened, would no longer be able to ignore what your heart had been trying to excuse. But I'm not letting you excuse anymore. I'm not letting you settle anymore. I'm not letting you shrink to fit places where your spirit can't breathe. Comment 1717 if you know God is waking your soul up with truth today. The person you loved so deeply looked at you with eyes that held both affection and avoidance. They hugged you with arms that comforted and concealed at the same time. That's why your heart always felt torn. That's why you were never fully at peace. That's why you'd lie awake at night wondering why something didn't feel right even when everything looked fine. Because they loved you to the point where it benefited them, but not to the point where it cost them honesty. And now I have stepped in. I have placed my hand in between your heart and their deception. Because your future cannot be built on a foundation that's cracking from silence. You are not too sensitive. You are not imagining things. You are not asking for too much by desiring transparency. You are simply finally realizing that the love you deserve must match the love you give. And the love you give is whole. It is deep. It is rare. It is honest. You are not like others. You were never meant to be. That's why betrayal affects you so deeply. Because you don't carry shallow love. You love in layers. You give in fullness. You forgive even when others don't deserve it. But hear me now. This will be the last time you give your soul to someone who isn't ready to match that same kind of honesty. I am making this the turning point. I am using this truth they hid from you to write a new truth within you. Comment Amen if you receive this promise of spiritual turning in your life. Child, I didn't let them confess because they never would. I let them stay silent so I could speak for you. I let them continue thinking you would never know, so I could show you that my protection isn't always loud. Sometimes I move in quiet ways. I disrupt things with peace. I uncover deception with soft whispers. I bring clarity when everyone else offers confusion. I do not move like man. I move like God. And today, I am moving for you. Their silence is their choice. But your healing is mine. And I will not allow you to remain in chains while I hold the keys. I am unlocking every lie they thought would never reach you. I am silencing the opinions of those who stood by and said nothing while your name was misused. I am parting the clouds over your mind. I am lifting the confusion from your chest. I am placing divine understanding into your spirit, and you will never be the same after this. They knew what they were doing, but they didn't know who they were doing it to. You are not just anyone. You are chosen. You are anointed. You are covered. You are favored. You are filled with a light that intimidates those who are not walking in truth. That's why they hid things. That's why they smiled but didn't speak. That's why they stood silent while others laughed. Because your spirit carries weight. And now, your spirit is waking up. Comment 11:11 if you believe God is shining His light through your broken pieces. You've been trying to hold yourself together without anyone really noticing how hard it's been. You've been putting on a strong face, but your soul is tired. And that's okay. Let it rest now. Let me carry you for a while. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to go back and demand truth. That's my job. I'm already doing it. I'm already working behind the scenes. The truth is coming to your door, and it will not knock, it will enter with authority. This is your redemption season. You will not be left wondering. You will not be left aching. I am walking you out of the fog. I am making the crooked places straight. I am turning what was meant to break you into the very tool that lifts you. You are not losing. You are learning. You are not falling apart. You are falling into alignment. And every lie that was spoken or hidden is becoming a stepping stone into your destiny. I want you to trust me like never before. Even when it still hurts. Even when the confusion still lingers. Even when your emotions try to convince you to go back. I am stronger than your emotions. I am steadier than your feelings. I am more faithful than any person you've ever trusted. And I am not afraid of your pain. I sit with you in it. I walk with you through it. And I carry you out of it. I see the silent battles you fight. I see the way you try to still be kind even after being hurt. I see how you try to understand others even when they refuse to understand you. And I want you to know this, every seed of love you've sown has not gone unnoticed. Every act of grace, every moment of patience, every word of forgiveness, I have recorded it in heaven. And I am returning a harvest that will make you forget the tears. This is not the end of your story. This is the birthing of your real beginning. You were loved by the wrong person, but you were never unloved by me. You were left in the dark, but never outside my light. You were misunderstood, but always fully known by me. I am not like man. I am God. And my promises are not shaky. My plans are not half-formed. I will finish what I started in you. Can just saying 9 words daily actually make money flow into your life? A top neuroscientist says yes, and the FBI accidentally confirmed it. This forgotten prayer is now transforming ordinary people into debt-free and financially free for life. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the link in description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. God says, I am not done yet. The storm you feel inside your heart is not here to destroy you. It is here to wash away every lie that has been living inside of you. The confusion you're wrestling with is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of awakening. You are being awakened to a truth you were never meant to carry alone. You were surrounded by people who smiled in your face while hiding the very truth that could have freed your soul. But today, I am stepping in, not just to reveal what was hidden, but to release you from it. You were never supposed to carry this burden by yourself. They thought you wouldn't notice. They thought your love would blind you forever. They were wrong. Because my Spirit does not let the righteous stay deceived. I am the God who opens eyes. I am the God who breaks masks. I am the God who walks into hidden rooms and drags the darkness into the light. What they kept from you, I am now placing in front of you, not to break you, but to build you. Comment 222 if you believe God is rebuilding you from truth. Child, I know how hard it's been to smile through the silence. I know what it feels like when everyone else knows something you don't. That aching suspicion. That quiet feeling that something just doesn't add up. You weren't being paranoid. You were discerning. That inner voice you tried to silence was me speaking. You just didn't want to believe it. Because your heart was loyal, even to those who never gave you full truth. You gave them every chance. You gave them space to be honest. You gave them love that covered their shame. And still, they stayed silent. Still, they let you wonder. Still, they walked with you hand in hand while withholding what your heart deserved to know. But now, I am the one breaking that silence. I am lifting the curtain. And I'm not doing it to embarrass them, I'm doing it to free you. You've spent too much time loving those who didn't protect your name. You've allowed your soul to be poured out in places that never poured back into you. But I want you to know, none of it was in vain. Every ounce of love you gave was a seed. And I, your Father, have collected every seed and buried it in holy soil. A harvest is coming, child. A harvest of truth, healing, joy, and peace. Because I never let love go unrewarded. Comment 1212 if you receive God's promise of restoration from this pain. I'm proud of you for not giving up. I'm proud of you for holding your tongue when your heart wanted to scream. I'm proud of you for praying instead of retaliating. I'm proud of you for staying soft in a world that tried to harden you. But now, I want you to do something even greater. I want you to let go. Let go of needing answers from them. Let go of needing apologies they may never give. Let go of holding on to people who were only meant to be part of your preparation. I know you love them deeply. I know a piece of you still hopes they'll change. But this is not about them anymore. This is about you. Your healing. Your wholeness. Your calling. Your purpose. And I will not allow your destiny to be delayed by someone else's silence. The time for clarity is now. The time for peace is now. The time for restoration is now. You're not just being freed from a lie, you're being positioned for a miracle. What's ahead of you is not built on broken promises. It's built on my word. And my word cannot be shaken. I've already gone ahead of you. I've prepared new connections, new opportunities, new love. But I had to break the old structure to give you something stronger. Something that won't collapse under pressure. Something that will last. Comment 777 if you believe God is guiding you to something stronger and more stable. You were not meant to spend your life proving your worth to people who are blind to your value. That's why I'm removing them. That's why I'm disconnecting you from the ones who only pretended to love you while hiding things behind your back. I see their hearts. I know what they said when you left the room. I heard the laughter. I saw the dishonor. And I am the God of recompense. You don't need to clap back. You don't need to expose them. You don't need to defend yourself. I will do it. I already am. Let me be your defender. Let me be your vindicator. Let me prove that I was with you all along. You don't need their truth anymore, because I've given you mine. And my truth carries freedom. Yes, it hurts. But healing has begun. I am reaching into the deepest parts of your soul, the parts you've hidden from everyone, and I am filling them with my presence. You won't have to pretend anymore. You won't have to carry fake peace just to keep others comfortable. You are being set free to live fully, to love boldly, and to walk in the kind of wholeness only I can give. The moment you received this truth, the chains started to fall. And they will keep falling. Every day you walk in alignment with me, you are breaking cycles. Cycles of betrayal. Cycles of silence. Cycles of emotional manipulation. No more. You are stepping into a new rhythm, a rhythm of truth, love, clarity, and peace. You don't owe anyone your silence. You don't owe anyone your pain. You owe yourself peace. You owe yourself the right to walk in truth. And I will walk beside you every step of the way. My Spirit is going before you to make the crooked places straight. My angels are surrounding you with protection. And my love is saturating every broken place you thought would never heal. You will love again. You will trust again. You will laugh again. And this time, it won't come with hidden pain. It will be pure. It will be safe. It will be real. Because I, the Lord your God, am sending it to you. You don't have to search for it. You don't have to beg for it. Just receive it. Let me heal the places you didn't even know were bleeding. The person who never told you the truth can no longer keep you in confusion. Their power is broken. Their influence is ending. And your heart is coming back home to me. Watch how I turn this around. Watch how I make your tears a testimony. Watch how I lift your head in front of the very people who thought you'd stay broken forever. They will see. They will know. And they will wonder how you survived. Tell them it was me. Tell them God stepped in. Tell them when everyone else hid the truth, God revealed it. Tell them that when the world stayed quiet, Heaven spoke loudly. Because that's what I do for my beloved. That's what I do for the one who never stopped loving, even when love was not returned. What if everything you've been taught about money is a lie? A hidden 9-word prayer buried in a classified FBI report is now helping thousands attract wealth without lifting a finger. Scientists say it activates a 150-million-year-old part of your brain that controls abundance. Harvard-backed, lab-tested, life-changing. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. God says, "You're closer than you've ever been to the life I always planned for you." This pain didn't come to destroy you, it came to direct you. Every broken piece, every unanswered question, every quiet disappointment has brought you closer to me. You may not understand why I allowed you to love someone who kept the truth from you, but I want you to know, I never allowed that connection to continue beyond the limit of my protection. The moment they chose to stay silent while your soul longed for truth, I began separating the false from your future. You thought you were being rejected, but you were really being redirected. You thought you were being left behind, but I was pulling you ahead. This pain is not punishment, it is positioning. I'm shifting you from confusion into clarity. I'm lifting you from sorrow into safety. I'm removing the voices that pretended to love you while withholding what your heart needed most, honesty. Comment 333 if you receive this divine clarity over your life today. The reason this hurts so deeply is because your love was deep. You didn't pretend. You didn't hold back. You loved them with a heart that was real. You prayed for them, protected them, defended them, even when others whispered. But now, it's time to protect yourself. And I, the Lord your God, am your defender. I am the shield around you. I'm not just removing deception from your life, I'm restoring discernment in your spirit. They knew. Others knew. And still, you were left in the dark. That silence wasn't love. That silence was selfishness. But child, I will never keep you blind. That's why this truth is reaching you now, because you have suffered long enough. And what you thought was just your imagination was really divine insight. The heaviness in your chest, the sleepless nights, the moments when you stared at the ceiling wondering if you were overthinking, it was all me. It was my spirit, gently nudging you toward the light. You deserve to live in truth. You deserve love that doesn't hide. You deserve relationships that don't come with a shadow. So I am removing every presence in your life that cannot walk in the light. They may resist. They may act confused. But your peace will confirm the truth you've always felt. This time, there will be no need to chase clarity. I'm placing it right in front of you. Comment 1010 if you know God is replacing confusion with divine peace. There is something sacred about this moment. It is holy ground. Because this is where you choose yourself. This is where you finally see what I saw all along, that you were made for more than silence and secrets. You were made for honesty, for depth, for connection that breathes truth and not manipulation. I am pouring that into you right now. You are not just being healed, you are being reborn. You no longer have to shrink to keep the peace. You no longer have to water yourself down to keep their approval. You no longer have to apologize for asking for clarity. What they called too much was really you just needing the truth. And now, the truth is yours. I'm placing it in your hands like a key. And when you use it, doors will open. Doors of freedom. Doors of joy. Doors of relationships that align with heaven's heart. This was never about revenge. This was about redemption. I am redeeming your heart from emotional captivity. You've spent years trying to understand why some people say they love you but treat you like a burden. You've blamed yourself. You've thought maybe if you were different, they would have told you the truth. But child, no. You were never the reason they lied. The truth is, they weren't ready to love someone who walks in light. And that's not your burden to carry anymore. Comment 555 if you are laying that burden down and choosing peace. Now is the time to rise. This is the season of healing. I'm teaching your heart how to beat again without fear. I'm restoring your trust, not in people, but in me. Because I will never fail you. I will never lie to you. I will never stay silent when your soul is begging for direction. I speak, I reveal, and I walk beside you through every part of the process. Let them talk. Let them wonder. Let them stay silent if they choose. But as for you, your path is being cleared. Your name is being defended. Your heart is being guarded by angels. And your life is being rewritten with holy fire. No lie spoken or hidden can outlast the truth I am establishing in your story. The pages ahead of you are not filled with betrayal, they are filled with divine favor. Every single time you wondered why they pulled away when things got close, it was because they feared the light in you. They feared being seen. And child, that's not your fault. You were never too much. You were just too real for people who weren't ready to be seen. But I am bringing people into your life who will meet you where you are, who will not be afraid of your light, but will cherish it. You are no longer walking into rooms where you must shrink to be accepted. From this moment, I am guiding you into places where you can be fully known and still fully loved. That's what I give. That's what I build. That's what I promise. And my promises are sealed in heaven, never broken, never undone. You've been faithful. Even when you were confused, you stayed faithful. Even when you felt unappreciated, you remained kind. And now, I am honoring that. I am opening the windows of heaven over your life. I am pouring out peace like a river. I am silencing every voice that ever made you question your worth. You are not the mistake. You are not the broken one. You are not the problem. You are the one I chose. And that is enough. You will look back and thank me for revealing this. Not because it was easy, but because it set you free. You will thank me for showing you what they refused to say. Because now, you are walking in truth. Now, you are surrounded by light. Now, you are finally breathing again. You've walked through the fire, and not a hair on your head was harmed. You've stood in the flood, but you were never drowned. You've been in the middle of betrayal, but your soul remained whole. That's not because of you, it's because of me. I kept you. I held you. I shielded you from the damage that could have crushed someone else. And now, I'm restoring you for the world to see.